Welcome to Wings of Eagles Ministry. Let me say today, right now, if you are stumbling across this video and you're seeing the word ministry and you're wondering why I'm doing a video like this, well, let me explain. If you're new here, we are a Christ-centered channel. We do focus on spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. However, someone did ask me about an earlier video that I had not too long after I started this channel. We'd uploaded a few videos showing you our dogs and our, a little bit about us. And we do actually even have a dog playlist. And one of those videos has went ahead and accumulated almost 21,000 views. It'll probably have 21,000 by the time you see this. But it just took off. It was just a little video that I put out there for my subscribers, and it just took off, and I'm thankful for that. But, I hope my other ones, when I teach about the Lord, takes off too. But someone asked a question, and I don't care a bit to answer a question anytime anybody asks one. Feel free to email us. We put our email in the description box. But usually it's biblical questions that I get asked, but this one was concerning our dog. And I want to answer this question today on this video. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not an expert. This is not a dog channel. All that we want to do is try to help people and maybe throw this out there. If you have a large breed dog, we have a Great Pyrenees, a Pyrenees mix, and a Shih Tzu. And we had a problem come up when, and of course most of my dog videos either focus on, well, they all focus on our dogs. Most of them though are on Groot. And but we had a problem come up when Groot was a little puppy. And I just want to share with you, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on dogs. We are not telling you to do a certain thing if this is the problem. The only thing was, whenever this first came up on Groot, I had never even heard of this before. And I contacted the person we got Groot from, and this person dealt with Great Pyrenees because they have livestock, and that's really what they use to take care of their livestock. They had 3 Great Pyrenees meet us when we pulled in to pick up little puppy Groot. And but anyway, they had never heard of this. So all I'm doing is I'm throwing this out there. I'm not an expert, as I said, by any means. So feel free to do whatever you need to do. But if you see this, I know whenever we first seen this in Groot, we really started to panic because we thought, oh no, something is severely wrong. But thank the Lord, nothing was, and this is the problem that he had. And so this is just going to explain a little bit about the signs to look for and the symptoms, and tell you just a little bit about this that you might have or you might see in your puppy, or even as it grows up, because it can last up to 1.5 years old. So enjoy this video. Again, we hope this helps you, and feel free to like, comment, share, and then check out the rest of our videos, because, maybe you're a dog lover that you see this and you love Christ also. We invite you to subscribe to this channel, because we think we can help you in your walk with Christ, and we can all just learn more about God together. So we hope you enjoy this video. Please check it out. I'm not an expert, but I think maybe you will learn something as I did myself. Thank you. Hey, welcome to Wings of Eagles Ministry. This here's Groot. And yeah, that's him posing real nice and big for you and breathing real hard. Groot is a Great Pyrenees. And we had a question on one of our other dog videos. We do mainly 99.9% post on Christian-oriented videos, as our mission is to promote the gospel of Jesus Christ. So we invite you to like and subscribe to this channel, and try to maybe get closer to God, learn more about God with us, and we all grow closer to God together. But we also post videos on our dogs, and someone asked a question, and I've always said if anyone asks a question, I don't care to answer it. So this video is going to be all about the Livestock Guardian dog and something that they might get that you might not be aware of. So please watch the rest of this video, as it'll mainly be pictures after this. Groot, here's some barking from another dog, so he's probably going to want to go check it out. So watch the rest of this video, because I think it'll be very helpful to you while you look at some pictures of Groot. We got Groot, and as you see him as a little puppy, we picked up Groot when he was 6 months old. Well, we brought him home and we began to raise him. Groot, he just really, the family fell in love with him. Well, it was after he was probably about 5 or 6 months old, maybe 4 months old. I really can't remember the exact time. But I got up one morning, and of course, Groot by this time was outside, and he took care of the outside for us. And I noticed outside Groot was walking around limping. And again, I hope this helps you in case you're seeing, if you have a large breed dog and your dog is experiencing this. Groot was walking around limping. Now, I had a phone back then, but I didn't think about taking pictures, or I didn't video Groot, so I can't really show you how he was doing in that sense right now. But I will tell you, he was like limping, like the best way you could describe it is if something had stepped on his foot, or maybe he twisted his foot or something to this effect. So he would walk with one paw sort of really favoring it, sort of stuck up in the air, sort of curled under. This would be the way he would move. And of course, we was really worried about it. And my wife and myself talked about it, and we thought, well, we're probably going to have to get somebody to look at it. And but we live out in the middle of nowhere. We live way out in the country. We don't live near a vet or, an animal doctor of any kind. So we went like this for a few days, and I was trying to line up something to do as far as getting Groot looked at. Well, I got up then one day, and I looked out, and Groot was fine. He was walking around, running around. Of course, Groot loves to run. He was running around, and I said, this is wonderful, So I showed my wife, my daughter. We was really relieved. It was a couple weeks later that we looked, and there again, Groot was hobbling around on 3 legs again with that one paw sort of curled under. And so it was the exact same way it had happened before. So what we did was we sort of went, but he wasn't yelping. He wasn't showing any sign of discomfort. And so what we did was we sort of tried to examine him a little bit, because we thought maybe he had stepped on something and got it in his foot, stuck in his paw. So I sort of helped hold Groot, and my wife checked his paw, and there was nothing. Groot, he didn't even show any signs of it really hurting him. He would just really favor that. He didn't, as I said, he didn't let out any bark, any yelp like he was hurting, but he would just sort of hobble on it. Well, again, we started it. I called up the person that I got this from, that I got Groot from. And this person owns livestock, and they have dealt almost solely with Great Pyrenees. And I asked them, I said, have you all noticed anything like this in Groot's parents or any of the other, Great Pyrenees that you have? They did not. They had never even heard of this type of symptom before, if it was a problem. And they said no, and they was really worried because they love dogs just like we do, and they was really worried about Groot. So I thought, well, I guess we're going to have to take him and get him checked out. And so again, I got up not too long after that, and a few mornings later, before we was able to get him in somewhere. He's running around fine. And I mean, playing, doing his job, just like Great Pyrenees do. And I thought, this is the strangest thing. So, but I was happy. My wife was happy. My daughter was happy, because Groot by now had become a big part of the family. Well, it was 2 or 3 weeks later that this came up again. As my wife said, Groot is doing it again. But I got to looking, and I said, but look, notice something. I said, that's the other foot. So he was doing the exact same thing on a different foot. Well, now I began to sort of try to research a little bit and see, because I thought, this is really weird. And I pray about things. I pray about, God, take care of my family, my home, my animals, and if, things, I'll pray that God will show me, Well, I ran across this problem that dogs have, and I got to reading up on it, and it was the exact same thing that had been going on with Groot. So I'm sharing this with you today. If you've got a large breed dog, maybe this will help you. This is called Pano, P-A-N-O, which is short, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but for panostatitis. and that's panostatitis. Pano is short for. And basically what it is, it's a bone condition in large breed dogs. And it's just where something gets off as they begin to grow. And when this gets off, it begins to cause pain in them, and where they begin to limp or favor one leg. And I thought, well, that's exactly what happened to Groot. But then I read on a little bit farther, and it let me know that this is what it was. It said it may shift from leg to leg. So in other words, it was exactly like what was happening to Groot. It was on one leg or foot, then it went to the other foot, and it just sort of went back and forth during the times that Groot had this. Now, I could give you a lot of the big technical definition, but basically it is a bone condition. But here is what they simplified it as. They said if you want to know the simpler term for what this is, it's growing pains in a dog. Just as people, children, and into your adulthood have growing pains, your dogs can have growing pains too, which I was not aware of, especially the large breed dogs. And one thing this said was, this occurs commonly between 5 and 18 months of age, which is a year and a half. And they said, really, unless your dog is really hurting and needs medical help because of the pain, they said a lot of times the doctors will just prescribe rest and because your dog will have to grow out of it. And well, Groot was not, as I'd said earlier in the video, Groot was not yelping. He was not in any pain when we touched it. He would just favor this leg, whichever time it was hurting, whichever one it was hurting, he would favor it. And so we thought, well, we'll just sort of let it go and see, unless he really needs help. And so basically, Groot outgrew it on his own, and it's sort of funny, or not funny, but ironic, that this time period that a lot of these things list is almost 100% accurate, because Groot, the last time he had this for a few days, he was 18 months old. It was in his 18th month. So at a year and a half, and he's a little over 3 now, he's never had the problem again. So now he runs, he plays, he does all the things that Great Pyrenees like to do. So I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not telling you not to take your dog to a vet. I'm not telling you, not to get medical, because please feel free to do that. They might want to give your dog something to help the pain. As I said, Groot was never in pain with it. My wife touched his paw, and, he never jumped, yelped, or pulled back, or nothing. It would be just something he would favor for a few days or a week or so when he was going through these little growing pains. But the thing was I didn't know anything about this. The Great Pyrenees owner that I got Groot from, they had never heard of this. So I'm just sharing it with you. And it's not just Great Pyrenees, it's large breed dogs that can have this problem. So one thing I am going to do, and again, as I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm just sort of giving you an idea, because when we first seen Groot with this, we about panicked, because Groot had become such a big part of the family, and we thought, oh no, something is severely wrong. So this eased our mind. So I'm thinking maybe this will ease somebody's mind, or give you an idea. Hey, if you want to take him to the vet, say, vet, is there any chance this is Pano? And they can check it out and see, and hopefully that'll be all that would be in your dog. And if it is, that's the only thing that it is, then your dog will grow out of it, and just like a kid with growing pains, your little puppy will get over it too. So I hope this helps you. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description box below, because as I've said earlier, I didn't think to video Groot. I didn't think to take pictures of Groot. So when this was going on. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link that I found online, and this is a person who is showing their Great Pyrenees with the exact same problem. Pano. Now, I think the dog's name in the video is Ragnarok, I think. And so please watch this video, and you will see this person talking about their dog, and the dog that has got this problem not only does the dog look almost exactly like Groot, but it's walking exactly like Groot did. So if you want to see how a dog walks with Pano or a Great Pyrenees walks with Pano, you can watch this dog walk, watch how it eats, and that's the exact way that Groot did. So we hope that this helps you. I know in the video the person mentions that, said that it, like their dog might have jumped or something and could have caused something. But, they do say that the actual Pano does say that, this is just basically growing pains, because Groot had never jumped or anything major to cause this problem. This was basically just, like I said, growing pains in a dog. So feel free to check out that video, and that way you'll see exactly the way Groot looked when this happened, and we hope this helps you. And hopefully, if this is what your dog has, hopefully they'll be over it pretty quick, because as I said, most of them grow out of it at 1.5 years. Groot's not had a problem with it since. We hope this helps. So we invite you to be a subscriber to Wings as Eagles Ministry. We appreciate each and every one of you. God loves you. God bless you.